playing engineer while he's doing a few other things.
Thank you, Kitty.
And we have Spencer Anderson. I think he's trying to get the stream going again, so we may just be on, not on live right now. We'll see what's happening with them.
All right.
Spencer back to his camera post, and up above at the main camera, Patricia Ann. So quite a big West Sound crew. We do not outnumber the fans, which is good, but not a whole lot of people here for a 5:30 on a Friday night.
Well, long ways to drive for the folks from Evergreen, but yeah, there's pretty good Kingston, and I see some Squin fans coming in for the later game.
Well, their radio guys were here before we were, I think. The Evergreen guys are Seattle. Fortunately, it's not Evergreen out of Vancouver.
Well, we had a little bit of a technical problem on the stream there, but Spencer got her working again, so we're back on the air on the internet. And, of course, we've been going on the tape for you. And with this second half here, and it looks like, while I was back there working, Evergreen got back into this ball game.
Yeah, Kingston continues to pound the glass, but can't get it to go down. Adrian Sorth brings it up.
That's coming at our camera. Nicely saved by number 11. Abraha with the save.
Okay.
Kingston staying with that man-to-man defense they did most of the first half. There's Evergreen on the other end with the zone. There's Abraha. He'll pull up for three.
Man, do we have a game? 30-27. Evergreen now only down by 3.
Abraha had 6 in that first half. He led all scorers for the Wolverines. He's up to 9 now.
And Lucas gets it down low to Sam Byers. Whistle blows, and Sam will go up to the free throw line.
Yeah, Miftari on the foul there. The 6-footer going against the monster 6'5". It's 5 inches is quite a bit in basketball. Jim goes silent.
First one off. Sam is 2 of 4 from the line tonight.
Second one, nothing but net.
Above that 500 mark then.
And Sands corrals it, keeps it alive for the Wolverines.
Pat, you are going to have to stand up and protect the equipment, I can tell.
There's a nice pull-up jumper, but that's off.
And that rebound goes to Cody Combs for Kingston. KT with a nice pass down low.
Oh.
Lucas couldn't finish it, though, and he grabs it, though, on the floor. And finally, a whistle blows to stop the action.
Well, and if he can give an assist on a rebound, it should go to Byers on that last one. He had his man so well cleared out.
And Kingston is getting some beautiful looks inside, right on the low block. They're just barely coming off the iron there. They'll start falling for him, though.
First half, most of those went down. Not quite as much right now.
And Kingston will get the inbound. Get it into Lucas.
Back to Richie.
Nice screen by Lucas.
Ow!
That one hurt.
Little too much hustle that time.
Yeah.
As Cody Combs did his Tasmanian Devil leap there into the sea of Evergreen Wolverines.
Need to shake off a few spider webs on that shot.
But again, like you said, he's relentless, hustling for every ball. That's what you got to do.
5:06 here in the third period, and a 4-point lead now for Kingston, 31-27.
It was 11 at halftime, and Kingston has only scored 1 point this half.
Yeah, that would be a tough way to go into a postseason.
Yeah, when I talked to Coach Conley, I said, obviously, no matter where you end up, you're with a bye in that first round, but you want to go in winning.
Ooh, nice drive that time by Sames for the 2 for the Wolverines.
Boy, and right now the hustle plays are all going to Evergreen. They really want this thing.
Unlike that first half, which I thought the hustle award went to Kingston, it looks like Evergreen's really fighting hard this one so far at the 4:33 mark in the third.
we talked about how Coach Tony White has changed this program, and I think that whatever that halftime conversation was, all the very polite ma'ams that he used speaking to me may not have been quite as polite on halftime.
We'll see if Kingston gets something going here. A lot of times you'll see in basketball like this big run that Evergreen takes a lot out of them, and just to get back even is tough, but to get over that hump, usually the other team will come back. So.
Yeah, Richie Sander double teamed down in the corner. And they're going to say he was on the out of bounds, hit the line.
Boy, that is tough because that out of bounds works as a third defender for you.
There's a reason they call it the coffin corner.
Yeah, tough to pull up your dribble then.
That's for sure. And the outside shot is off. Good board pulled down by Connor. That shot's up, but Byers had the rebound. Takeaway, though, to Evergreen.
Twan Lee with the stronger hands on that one.
Oh, bodies crash into the wood right in front of us here.
And I watched our two referees as Cheryl Andre called that Brian Striggy was doing the same thing.
And that was Cody Combs drawing the charge. Getting in front, getting the feet set, and a turnover back to Kingston.
Yeah, and Dave Ziesmer and I did talk about the charge call.
Okay.
The break there.
This time we're going to get a foul on number 2, Basart Asifa.
And, of course, the most famous one I remember was down at the Tacoma Dome. South Kitsap, and the shot at the end of the game where the South Kitsap player went up for the jump shot and the defender went up. They hit, and it was called a charge against South, and that gave the game to the opposing team.
Painful.
There's how you get it going if you're Kingston. Byers the little turnaround 12-footer in the lane. Puts him up to a 4-point lead.
He scored all 3 points for Kingston this quarter.
Ball knocked loose, and Kingston comes up with it. And again, down low to Byers. It's starting to get tough down there. The low post.
You liked the move, but when he was taking it and using the glass earlier, that's where he was more successful. But they're not letting him in quite as deep as the first half.
And Kingston comes away with another one. KT Deem, good pass over to Byers. Byers working inside, passes it off to Lucas. Mays gets his own missed shot, and finally no points Kingston, and Evergreen comes away with it. There's the long outsider. And Sam Byers is going to be called with an over the back on that one.
Yeah, a little frustrated on that last play down for Kingston. Byers drew the defense, had the wide open Mays, a little hard off the glass, and maybe a frustration foul on this end.
Mays getting it to sit for a second. Sundquist into the game.
Oh, outsider 3 for the Evergreens, Twan Lee. 2 minutes left to go here in the third, and we've got a whistle as the ball goes out of bounds. Kingston will bring it in.
1 point lead for Kingston, 33-32.
Game tightened up real quick here.
Well, when in 6 minutes all you score is 3 points, it's very hard to maintain a lead. Notice how they're extending.
Oh.
Whoa! Extending that defense, because Kingston, KT Dean was getting quite a few 3-point looks, and not now.
And Sains brings it down for the Wolverines. Again, they'll work outside that 3-point arc. Elevate for the shot, in and out, and the rebound to Richie Sander. KT over to Sander, into the corner to Wall. And he tried to go down to Lucas. Or not Lucas, it's Brady Sundquist now in down low along with Sam Byers.
Oh, nice cut off of the baseline.
Oh, yeah. That was a nice pass, too, by Twan Lee, but to no avail.
This a little bit closer view is kind of cool.
That shot rattles around and pulled down by the Wolverines. Sains, a point guard, to bring it across half court.
This Evergreen team gave Kennedy all they could handle the other evening, losing in double overtime.
Oh, a ball gets loose, but Abraham not only grabs it for Evergreen, puts it through, and will get a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, Tuan Lee went up in the air that time. Saw
a Braha.
Looked like a Braha cutting and just kind of laid her down there. And wow, just like that, the Eagles got their first lead of the game. Excuse me, not the Eagles. The Wolverines.
Wolverines, 34-33.
It does say Eagles above it. I'll give you that much. Yeah,
the
same
scoreboard.
colors too here, you know.
That's
They are.
right, white and green.
All right,
Well, Blake Conley is going to call a timeout here at the, well, we've got 43 seconds left to go here in the third period. And boy, this game tightened up real quick. And again, you cannot go into postseason only scoring 4 points or 5 points in a quarter.
The Wolverines played possum that first half, I think, a little bit because they've reserved their energy for this second half. But you're right, Pat, that have they spent it all?
Right.
What's going to happen?
It looks like they got plenty left, but what you see with Kingston is I don't see them running their offense like they did in the first half. They're settling for the first shot, and when you're playing against the zone, the coach will tell you pass, 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 pass. They're not passing quite so much.
Shot is off, and Kingston gets the board. Hunter Jones in the game now. Deem over to Jones. They go down to the baseline. Brady Sunquist had nowhere to go, so he kicks it back out to Hunter. Deem with it to Jones, and travel against Kingston. Oh, Coach Conley didn't like that one.
No, looked like a pretty good, the pivot was set, but sometimes when you do that little fake, it looks like a travel. Now the person who hasn't shot has been Cody Combs, and he does have a nice three-point shot. He was calling for it earlier, not getting it. We'll see if maybe they'll find an opening for him.
7 seconds. Evergreen will drive. Sains going to the glass. Shots off. KT Dean takes the half quarter. Hits iron, but it did not go down. And at the end of the third quarter, the Evergreen Wolverines with a 1-point lead over the Kingston Buccaneers, 34-33.
Yeah, Kingston's got to actually feel a little bit lucky, as we've talked about several times. 3 points in the whole quarter, and they're only down 1 going into the fourth. So it's still anybody's game, but boy, did you feel it, or is this me, that Kingston tightening up, making the silly turnovers, you know, tip balls, things like that? They really started tightening up. And
oh, definitely. The momentum change in that third quarter was amazing. So we're now seeing what's going to happen in the fourth. This is where two good coaches are going to have a conversation, and we can see why these are both #1 seeds coming in here.
Well, we're happy to have you with us here on KidsAppSun.com/GOTW Game of the Week and on BKAT, the community access system here in Kitsap County. Channel 12 on Comcast Cable, Channel 3 on Wave Broadband, and it's just the beginning of the postseason.
I know, just starting, Doc.
Think how this Evergreen team's missing their leading scorer and their biggest defensive threat.
Are correct.
So look out for them in the playoffs.
Well, and their biggest rebounder.
Right.
So they've obviously learned how to play without him.
They do a really good job of coming off screens, which is something that kind of gets overlooked, but they're staying nice and tight.
Kicked it out beyond the three, and that's a three-pointer for Miftari.
Miftari with 8 points. Missed a lot of those in the first half, but still willing to take it, that's for sure. Oh, look at this energy that you're suddenly seeing on the Wolverine side.
That's for sure. It will be Kingston inbound. And Richie Sander will bring it, trigger it in. Goes to Byers. Into the corner. Oh, nice drive and a foul. So KT Deem will go up to the free throw line.
And that's what Kingston needs to get going. You see Dean drove, had the shot that time. Had he held it down, Byers was right there for an easy two himself. So
that puts Dean into double digits at 10 right now.
That is 3 team foul, or 3 personals on Tuan Lee.
6 on the team, 4 on the Kingston team.
KT Dean with his second free throw. And that one's no good. Rebound to Evergreen. Asifa with it. I want to see him shoot. Pat was showing me at the break how Asifa has no rotation at all on his shot.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
he has had one shot here at the second half. Here comes Kingston.
Kingston finally gets 2 up there.
That was KT Deem for 2 more.
He's pretty sneaky in there, but his shot is deadly accurate.
Such a tougher offense to defense against now.
There's Deem on the backside, a steal.
And the hustle might be back in the Buccaneers. Mays tries the glass. Fight for the rebound, and Evergreen comes away with it. That was a good idea by Lucas. Timeout for Coach Tony White of the Evergreen Wolverines.
And he is not happy over there with Tuan Lee on that last turnover. He kind of tried to do a little back down move, held the ball, and
suddenly had somebody on the other side.
Yep.
Well, the Wolverines are up still by 1 point, 37-36 with 6 minutes, 16 seconds left to go in this ball game.
Well, and Deem is one of the steal leaders for this Kingston squad, so it's not surprising to see him come up with that. We talk about the small guards on both of these teams, and when you're that close to the floor, they don't see you coming sometimes.
Well, we had the Bremerton High girls win last night. For those of you watching us on the internet live, they took care of business, but unfortunately the rest of the teams from our area did not.
Except for one. North Kitsap won their loser out girls game, so they are assured a spot in the districts.
That's right. Kingston or North Kitsap, but Kingston lost.
Correct.
And
Olympic lost.
Olympic lost. And
Klahowya lost, and Klahowya's done.
Klahowya was in the loser out.
Correct.
End of it.
And Port Angeles lost out of that league.
The girls?
Correct.
Ooh, that's a surprise.
Well, they came in as the number 2 seed and they ended up playing the number 1 seed out of the SPSL, the same sort of setup as the boys, just one night earlier.
It's still 1 point. Oh! Nice. Well, ball's fought forward. Nice takeaway. And there's players down.
And oh boy, there's
yeah, I think number 20 is going to be tagged with that one. That would be Miftari.
Yeah. After he had it rejected, Lucas Mays said, "I don't think so." And when you get one shoved back down your throat like that, it kind of upsets you. And retaliation foul?
Well, maybe. That takes it to 1-1. 7 team fouls now on Evergreen. Oh, but you got to make the first one.
But it helps to be lucky.
Oh, Deem
had good position on a jump shot just off the front of the iron. Oh, wide open over here in the corner. It's off at Abraha with a nice pickup and putback.
Hustle points, hustle points.
Michael,
39-36.
He's the first Wolverine into double digits with 11.
Kingston working it around. That's Sander with it. Inside to Byers, and that's going to send Sam up to the free throw line. This one will be worth 2, I believe. 5:18 left to go in the game.
Tuan Lee, that's his 4th foul.
Looks like Prieto ready to come in for the Wolverines.
Byers' first one is good, and Lee is going to go out. Coach White's going to save him. 5+ minutes left to go.
Sam, 4 of 6 from the line. Make that 5 of 7.
Good.
That's what you got to do, make the free throws.
When the clock's not running and you're down, that certainly helps.
Not down by much. Just one now, 39-38.
Outside shot up, but Abraha. Oh, nice block there. And they're going to say out of bounds off the bottom of the backboard.
And that was obviously pounded there by the Kingston players.
Sure was. So Evergreen with the inbound.
Abraha's done some really nice work underneath that basket. Just saved our camera with that catch.
He's got it, sends it over across the court to Sains, who will drive the paint and put it in for 2.
Good job that time going to the left hand, putting it in. But here comes Kingston, 3-ball.
Oh, the sander is off, but Sam Byers will get another trip up to the free throw line.
I don't know how many rebounds Sam has, but considering he's had to put back a few misses and some other things, I'm sure he's in double digits by now.
I'm sure, but probably over 15. Boy, the gym gets quiet when he shoots. I don't want to talk.
Yeah. Are we playing golf? Is it the 3rd hole at Pebble Beach?
Pitching out of the sand right now. Sam with 19 points.
First one's off the mark. 3-point lead for the white jersey Evergreen Wolverines.
That one's
Ooh,
even
that
farther
one
off.
is short. And that usually indicates a little bit of tired legs there.
He's also wiping off his hands like that ball might have been kind of wet. It's a good move. Uh-oh, there is a wide open.
Yeah, he was cherry picking down there.
And Sains will drive and put it off the top of the backboard for another 2. It's 43-38. Evergreen ahead by 5. Long outside shot, nowhere near, and Evergreen comes away with it.
Dean picking him up at the top of the half-court line.
Byers doing a nice job of cutting off the baseline, but it doesn't matter. A 3 for Peter Ho.
And this one is getting
6
a little out of control.
6-point deficit for the Buccaneers. Ah, Sam working the inside. Make that a... Oh, it is a 6-point now. It was 8-point. 46-40. And timeout. 3:40 left to go. Kingston's going to have to stop Evergreen and get some points on the board.
Well, unfortunately, with the shot clock, we don't have to worry so much about the stall game. And I don't see these guys stalling. They've been moving that ball so much more inside. They had Sains with a couple really nice drives using that left hand. And then it opened up the outside for this last time for Peter Ho.
And with, you mentioned Sains with that left hand. I've been watching him. He is a natural lefty, which makes a tough matchup for the point guard, which has been KT Deem on the other end. You need to force him to go right instead of left, because when you go left, he's pretty quick.
And he has no fear of driving that painted area.
That's what you got to have when you know you're down a little on size, but you got to have more heart. And he's gone tough to the rack, and that's the difference in the game right now.
Yeah, the second half hustle award has gone to the Wolverines. And again, you got Ho working the baseline down here, and he's wide open. His shot is off, and Connor Wall fighting for that board. Brings it down, or Cody Combs, excuse me. Sander into KT Deem in the corner, and that one won't go down.
Oh, we're going to get him over the back, I think.
And it's going to be tagged to
Abraha.
And that'll put him in should put him in the double.
That will, double bonus, and
that's only the second foul on Abraha.
And it'll be Lucas Mays up to the free throw line this time. Man, they have missed some free throws.
Yeah, Lucas is 0 for 3 right now from the line.
I like the mind games that they're playing. It was just dead quiet. You hear the coach on the team, All right, let's go, rebound, rebound, right as he shoots.
Second one goes through for Lucas, so it's a 5-point lead. 46-41 for the Wolverines over the Buccaneers. We've got 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the game. Full court press now by the Bucks.
Now we're the boys' game, so there is the 10-second rule.
There's a nice trap. Oh, bail out.
Cody Combs going to be tagged with that.
They look pretty straight up from here, but
Yeah,
Kingston has a couple to give, though. So
True.
that's a good thing, I suppose.
New shot clock, though, for Evergreen.
Sainz, the junior captain, knowing what he's doing out there at point guard.
Whoa, Abraham, shot is off. Ball's loose, and Evergreen comes away with it. Kingston's got to get those.
You know, the junior Peter Ho's come in here and made some really nice plays.
Yeah, with rebounds, he hit that side pocket three, and
Over to Abraham. And they'll just spend a little bit of this time. We're down to 2:36.
Nine seconds on the shot clock.
That is
You
Ho.
can just hope they don't know.
Uh-oh, goes off of Abraham. Kingston picks it up. Kingston needs some points. Sanders elevates, count it for three for Richie Sanders. We've got a 2-point ball game, 46-44. Evergreen up by 2.
That's Sanders' second three-pointer of the game. He's up to 6 points.
And Evergreen's gonna again use that time clock. They got plenty of time. And when Abraham is out here with it, Sam Byers has to come out to guard him. Oh, and the Peter Ho could not grab onto that.
And our cameraman was on top of that one, I tell you.
Oh, time.
Wow. That last time down for Evergreen, you saw they went to kind of what you call like a motion offense where you pass and screen away, back and forth. And what that did, to me, it got them out of the way the game they were doing, which was just bringing it at Kingston. Instead, that time, they kind of killed the clock. Maybe it took them out of what they were doing.
And when you're ahead by 2, killing the clock doesn't mean that much. So I agree with you. People get in trouble when they start playing that slowdown game. It is one of the toughest games to play. They lost all their momentum.
Right. And we're set here, Doc. This is going to be a good finish, hopefully.
I guess a minute 42 left to go, and a 2-point ball game. Kingston down to the Evergreen Wolverines, 46-44. Oh boy. And this is just sub-districts.
I know, and these don't really even count for anything.
We're not even to districts yet.
But the crowd is certainly starting to get into it, except for their silence at those free throws.
Yeah.
So that's kind of different.
And we're going to have a couple of good district games coming up shortly. They'll be the Central Kitsap boys and Central Kitsap girls, both into the 4A West Central District Tournament with home games.
They were both the number 1 seeds number 3 seeds out of the Narrows League, and they will have tough competition out of that SPSL.
Long cross court pass, ball knocks loose, but out of bounds. Kingston will maintain the possession.
And Kingston in the double bonus. So we got to think they got to go inside to Byers. It's almost a guaranteed foul. That's 2 free throws.
Yeah, or Lucas Mays, also usually working down low. He's currently out by the top of the key.
They did reset the shot clock for that.
Comes into Deem, who will handle things out at the point. Sanders. Deem will drive. Oh, off the glass to tie it up. That was a sweet little layup.
Yeah, used his body nicely, took the contact, and found the window for the tie.
46-46.
Deem with 14 points is all I was going to say.
I see this motion again here by the Wolverines.
1 minute to go. Sainz will take the shot.
That was touched by Combs.
And KT Deem, oh man,
Received by Sam Byers.
Tight end Sam Byers. That was a
Mays with
great
his own
shot.
rebound.
Uh-oh, ball gets loose, and Sam can't save it. And it's going to go to Evergreen with 34 seconds. That was a great save, though, before that by Sam Byers.
Boy, and
There's some huffing and puffing.
That was all
going on
Dean
out there.
could do. He had 2 men surrounding him.
30 seconds.
playing for the last shot here.
Shot clock
Shot
off.
clock is off. Mike Kingston, several fouls to give.
Timeout there by Ho. He did a good job on that one. Twan Lee is back in the game.
2 fouls to give for Kingston there, so the pressure defense, as long as it's not a shot, they're not going to give up any one-on-one opportunities. So why not go for some pressure and try to get a turnover?
Especially when they're way out there by the edge of the out of bounds.
Look,
and the
Doc, we have
half-court
one of
line.
our cameramen on.
That's Spencer Anderson, who has helped us out all
And there's
season.
Patricia Ann
Ann
up above
up on the main.
with a lot of
And
basketballs behind her head. And there's
there
Brent.
Yeah, there he is, Mr. Brent Woolley.
Why do we know this is Brent getting all the talent? Good for Brent.
21 seconds left in regulation. Evergreen will have the ball. Shot clock off, does not matter, and the game is tied up.
These are what you play in your backyard for. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, game winner here. Let's see.
Comes in here to Sorf, out to Sains. He's not afraid to shoot it or drive it. Twan Lee. Ooh, that was close to being out of bounds.
That's close to. Oh, it's Ho.
Oh,
For
got it.
3.
A three-pointer with 3 seconds left to go for Peter Ho. Oh, man, and the Evergreen fans are up for that one.
The coaching staff certainly was very happy with that. What ice water in that young man's veins, just coldly drilled it.
And unlike the pro game, they don't get it at half court.
No, it's a full court. The way that play came from Evergreen, it reminded me of Bob Cousy running around crazy, and then all of a sudden, wide open, just standing there, was Peter Ho, and he,
And
like
who
you
would
said,
have been
ice water,
who's
drill it.
Cousy's counterpart? Who he would have thrown it to?
Cousy?
Yeah.
Big Bill.
Okay.
Okay, that'd be a
I
good
don't
one.
think he would have been that far out typically.
Havlicek?
Maybe. Havlicek's a possibility.
Honda. Yeah. Oh, boy, that was a killer.
They're the
though.
right colors for it.
Sad to
There you are.
The defense was pretty solid, except
was.
that guy down in the corner, wide open.
Always
This is
tough.
going to be quite the play here for Kingston. They're going to have to get it all the way, at least close enough up court to try to get a three-point shot off.
Well, you have your tight end, Sam Byers, who can go down long. They could bring in George Marinan, who's a wide receiver. And the problem is that your quarterback has been known as Sam Byers, so I'm not sure he can do both. But maybe Sam could take it out and do that long court pass.
Yeah, looks like they're going to have Cody Combs. Nope, it is going to be
Look,
Kenny
it's the
Combs.
quarterback.
And you're going to have full court pressure by Evergreen.
And you do have to do the three-point shot or get fouled.
Oh, no, shot got tipped. Game is almost over.
Intercepted.
1 second left to go.
And there aren't any free throws yet because that's only the 6th team foul.
And that's it. Ball game over, and the Evergreen Wolverines come back from a big deficit in the first half to, there's still 1 left to go.
Well,
1
a
second
tick.
left to go. So that we'll probably...
1:10.
And there's the clock starts.
Oh.
Whoa. There we go.
All right,
Now
it's
it's
finally in the
over.
books.
Yeah, and the Buccaneers with the loss by 3, 49-46 to the Evergreen Wolverines.
Well, Doc, this is great practice for them, though. They played a quality team. You can't go away from here mad. Well, you can, because they really had a good opportunity to win this, but they saw a team come back. They're only going to learn from it.
Well, and if you got to lose one, you better do it now.
Lose it
because
now.
Next week, that'll be the season. So, they got some stuff to do for next week. But they got a shot, so we'll see.
Well, that means they will have an opportunity at the 3 or 4 seed.
They will play the loser of this next game. Possible if it's Squim, it'll be the 3rd time they meet this year. So.
Well, happy to have you with us. We want to thank the kidsapsen.com/GOTW for streaming this game live on the internet. Spencer Anderson has been doing the streaming as well as one of our cameras for us. Patricia Ann's on the other camera. Mr. Brent Woolard, the director back there, and at the table with me here, Mr. Pat Duncan. Thank you, Pat, for stepping in.
Thanks for a good
Always
night.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
And Katie Campagna, our producer and other announcer here for you. And I'm the doctor, Doc Parr for West Sound TV, saying stay tuned. We will see you soon.